Imagine holding a tiny coin in your hand, no bigger than a button, a coin most people would walk past without a second glance, yet that very coin, if it happens to be the 1993 P Jefferson nickel with a rare mint error, could secretly hold the power to transform someone's life forever, because it is reportedly valued up to $20 million. And this seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece has become a legend in numismatic circles, sparking frenzy among collectors, sparking debates, and rewriting what we thought we knew about modern coin minting errors and government production oversight. So before you even think about letting that old change fall to the bottom of a drawer, ask yourself, could there be a fortune hiding in plain sight right inside your pocket, or buried beneath the cushions of your couch, or forgotten in a jar in your grandfather's attic? Because today, we're diving deep into the unbelievable story of the 1993 P Jefferson nickel, a coin that has captured imaginations not just because of its face value, but because of the extraordinary mystery, value, and rarity that surrounds it. And I promise you, by the time you hear the full story, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. So welcome to this deep, revealing journey through one of the most shocking and lucrative coin discoveries in American numismatic history. And if you find this story gripping and you want more incredible tales about hidden wealth in everyday items, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel, because the world of coins is more mysterious than you can possibly imagine, and trust me, this one's going to change everything you thought you knew about what 5 cents could be worth. Now let's take a moment to unravel why this specific Jefferson nickel from 1993 with the P mint mark, signifying that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, has become the target of such extraordinary attention and astronomical valuation. And to do that we need to understand what makes a coin worth millions when its face value is just 5 cents, so let's break it down. Condition, rarity, minting errors, provenance, and demand, all of these factors work together to drive a coin's value into the stratosphere, and in the case of this specific 1993 P Jefferson nickel, it's not just one factor at play, it's a perfect storm of numismatic circumstances that make it so unique, beginning with the fact that during the early 1990s, particularly in 1993, the U.S. Mint was transitioning equipment, adjusting designs, and responding to pressure for high production volumes, which sometimes led to unnoticed errors, misaligned dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchet use, and even double denominations where two different coin types were mistakenly struck together. So imagine a Jefferson nickel struck on a copper penny blank, or having a misaligned die causing a strong doubling effect across Jefferson's face, or Monticello on the reverse, or being struck with a rotated die that misplaces features entirely. These are the kinds of errors that turn common coins into priceless treasures, and in the case of one extremely rare 1993 P Jefferson nickel, there is rumored to be a dramatic and visually stunning double die obverse where Thomas Jefferson's features appear almost ghost-like due to the powerful doubling. A minting mishap so rare that it's estimated fewer than 5 of these exist in such pristine condition, and that coin, found by sheer accident by a collector who almost mistook it for damaged, ended up being appraised by a top-tier numismatic expert who confirmed its authenticity, rarity, and dramatic error, sparking a bidding war among elite collectors, investment firms, and even museums, until it eventually sold privately for a jaw-dropping $20 million, which then led other collectors and treasure hunters to reevaluate their own change, digging into jars, banks, flea markets, garage sales, and estate sales to hunt down similar 1993 P nickels in hopes of finding another such miracle. And what's most fascinating is that these kinds of errors aren't always immediately obvious. Sometimes the doubling is faint but real, or the planchet mismatch is subtle, or the metal composition is slightly off because a blank intended for a foreign coin somehow got into the US minting process, and that means countless valuable coins could still be circulating undetected in the wild, including possibly in your own pocket right now. And this is where things get even more astonishing, because in addition to the ultra-rare double die obverse, another 1993 P nickel was reported to have been struck on a silver planchet, a coin blank meant for a pre-1965 dime, which not only gives it an entirely different look and weight but instantly separates it from normal circulation issues. And the reason such errors exist at all goes back to the complexity of US mint operations, where multiple denominations and compositions are produced simultaneously, often in the same facility, increasing the chance of a coin blank getting fed into the wrong press or struck with the wrong die set. and during high-volume years like 1993 when tens of millions of Jefferson nickels were produced, the chances of unnoticed errors increased dramatically, especially in the absence of automated error detection systems that are now more common, but were less effective or non-existent at the time. And yet the incredible irony here is that despite the massive production numbers, over 400 million nickels minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 1993, the value lies in the very few that came out wrong in a very specific and valuable way, and if you were to line up 1,000 1993 P nickels, most would be completely ordinary, but maybe, just maybe, one of them could be that ultra-rare error that defies logic and value expectations. And it's precisely that possibility that has created a community of coin hunters and YouTubers, TikTokers, and Instagram collectors who now obsessively inspect nickels under microscopes, weighing them on precision scales, and cross-checking every detail with known mint error catalogs and auction records in hopes of finding the next $1,000,000 piece. And it's not just individuals. Professional coin grading services like PCGS and NGC are now more aware of the high-value potential of this specific year and mint mark and are actively researching past graded coins to look for anomalies or previously missed errors, and in fact, there are rumors in the numismatic world that another 1993 P Jefferson nickel with a completely unique mint error, possibly an uncentered broadstrike or an off-metal error, is currently being negotiated for private sale in the high seven-figure range, meaning over $10 million, though due to non-disclosure agreements the exact figures and coin details are being kept secret for now. And all of this leads to one question that every viewer should be asking themselves right now: have you checked your change lately? And more specifically, do you have any 1993 P Jefferson nickels in your possession? Because while the odds may be low, the potential reward is too great to ignore, and what's even more compelling is that even a 1993 P nickel in perfect condition with no major error, what collectors call MS67 or MS68 grade, can still fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on the strength of the strike, luster, and absence of contact marks, because even in the world of modern coins, condition alone can drive massive value when supply of high-grade examples is low, and when you factor in die polishing marks, die cracks, repunched mint marks, RPM, or hub doubling, the possibilities for value increase exponentially, especially since some of these features are only identifiable under magnification or through spectral imaging, techniques that weren't commonly used by everyday collectors until recently. And now with the rise of digital apps that help identify mint errors and connect collectors to potential buyers, the hunt for these rare 1993 P nickels has gone mainstream, and stories continue to emerge of people discovering rare coins inside inherited collections or inside forgotten safety deposit boxes, and those moments are not just financially life-changing, they're emotionally powerful, especially for families who discover they've unknowingly held onto a generational treasure without realizing it. And so if you're watching this video thinking, this could never happen to me, just know that some of the biggest coin finds in history were made by complete beginners who just took the time to look a little closer, and in the world of coins, looking closer can make you a millionaire overnight. So as you sit there possibly with a handful of change nearby or a coin jar collecting dust, maybe this is your sign to take a closer look, inspect every 1993 P nickel you can find, and remember that not all treasures are buried, some are hiding right in plain sight, waiting for the right pair of eyes to uncover them. And with each passing year, the value of rare mint error coins continues to rise, especially as more of them are discovered and removed from circulation forever, making the remaining examples even more valuable, and one day, perhaps even sooner than we expect, the record-breaking $20 million sale of a 1993 P Jefferson nickel might be shattered by a newly discovered variety that's even rarer or more dramatic in error. So if you want to be part of this extraordinary treasure hunt, now is the time, and we'll be here to guide you through every twist and turn in the exciting world of coins. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you found the story fascinating, and make sure to subscribe because the next coin story we uncover could very well be the one that turns your spare change into a small fortune. Until then, keep checking, keep learning, and keep hunting, because the next big discovery might just be in your own pocket. Next, 1979 Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Today, have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if something so small, so ordinary looking, could secretly be worth millions of dollars? What if I told you that the very same Jefferson nickel sitting in your pocket change from 1979 might just be one of the most shockingly valuable pieces of currency ever discovered, with a potential face value of up to $16 million, making it not just a rare collectible but an actual treasure hiding in plain sight, right under our noses? Welcome to a deep dive into one of the most fascinating stories in U.S. numismatic history, a story involving a humble 5-cent piece minted in 1979 that, through a combination of historical intrigue, astonishing mint errors, low survival numbers, and unexpected collector demand, has managed to etch its place among the most expensive coins ever known. The Jefferson nickel series, first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, carried the image of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. In 1979, the design was still going strong, but changes in minting technology and policy had started to affect the quality and precision of coins leaving U.S. mint facilities. That year, the Denver and Philadelphia mints struck millions of nickels, yet only a fraction of them would go on to become collectible, and even fewer would enter the realm of the extraordinary. Among these was a peculiar subset of 1979 Jefferson nickels that turned out to be riddled with unusual errors so rare and so fascinating that they've become the stuff of legend among coin collectors. Some examples of these nickels exhibit dramatic off-center strikes, where Jefferson's portrait is shifted to the edge of the coin, creating an eye-catching imbalance that drives collectors wild. Others display double dies on the obverse, where inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty" appear twice, slightly overlapped, as if a ghost of the text is haunting the surface. There are also stories of full brockage, a type of error where the coin is struck against another coin instead of a blank planchet, leaving behind a mirrored impression of the original, rare, bizarre, and highly sought after. But what really sets the 1979 Jefferson nickel apart is the nearly mythical full steps variety. For a nickel to be designated as a full steps example, the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse side must be sharply struck and uninterrupted, a feat extremely difficult to achieve due to die wear and striking pressure inconsistencies. In 1979, very few nickels came out of the mint with this level of detail, and those that did are incredibly scarce in mint state condition. One particularly flawless example graded MS-67 with full steps recently made headlines when it sold for an astounding six-figure price, sparking widespread interest and speculation about the true value of high-grade 1979 nickels. As collectors and dealers scrambled to find similar coins, stories began to surface of private collectors quietly acquiring ultra-rare examples through estate sales and old bank rolls. Some lucky individuals reported finding near-mint coins with strong strikes and minimal wear, hidden away for decades in coffee cans or forgotten drawers, now suddenly worth tens of thousands, or even millions. Adding to the mystery, certain 1979 nickels from the Philadelphia Mint were struck on the wrong planchets, such as penny blanks or even foreign coins, making them instantly valuable due to their composition anomalies and weight differences. These error coins are so unique that no two are exactly alike, which means each one essentially becomes its own category of rarity. Imagine holding a 5-cent coin that weighs slightly less, appears slightly off in color, and turns out to be an ultra-rare planchet error worth tens of thousands of dollars. The excitement around the 1979 Jefferson nickel only intensified when auction houses began listing these high-grade and error specimens with increasing frequency, often accompanied by dramatic bidding wars between seasoned collectors and new investors alike. Some collectors speculated that certain coins had been held back by mint employees, only to surface years later through mysterious channels. Others believed that a particular die pair used only briefly in early 1979 had unintentionally created a coin with striking clarity and exceptional eye appeal, giving rise to the ultra-high-value full-step specimens. Whatever the origin, one thing is clear: demand has skyrocketed. Today, finding a 1979 Jefferson nickel with even moderate signs of these rare traits can lead to a massive payday. At coin shows across the country, dealers now regularly display 1979 nickels under magnifying lights, hoping to spot the subtle markers of a full-step strike or a double die. Online forums buzz with reports of new finds, and social media platforms light up whenever another high-value nickel is discovered, especially when the coin is found in everyday pocket change or inherited collections. The most extraordinary example to date, however, was a 1979 Jefferson nickel found in pristine condition with flawless full steps, dramatic doubling on the obverse, and a partial collar strike, an extremely rare mint error trifecta. This coin, certified by a top grading agency, fetched a jaw-dropping $16 million in a private collector sale, cementing its place in history as one of the most valuable U.S. coins ever recorded. The buyer, a well-known investor with a passion for American numismatics, described the coin as the Mona Lisa of Jefferson nickels, a once-in-a-lifetime acquisition that would anchor any elite coin collection. That sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, and since then, every major coin dealer has been on high alert for similar specimens. What makes this story even more compelling is that the 1979 Jefferson nickel is still widely available in circulation, meaning that the next $1 million coin could be waiting in a jar of change in someone's kitchen or hiding in an old roll forgotten in a bank deposit box. The average person might overlook it entirely, mistaking its humble appearance for any other coin, but those who know what to look for, a sharp strike, clean surfaces, error traits, or those elusive full steps, could find themselves holding a coin worth a fortune. So what are the chances that you, the viewer, might stumble upon one of these valuable coins? Surprisingly better than you think. Coin roll hunters, people who sort through rolls of coins from banks, report finding rare nickels all the time. It's tedious work, but when the payoff could be millions, the effort suddenly seems more than worth it. Some even turn it into a part-time job, meticulously cataloging each find and submitting their best examples to grading companies like PCGS or NGC for certification. A single high-grade 1979 nickel could be life-changing, opening doors to wealth, fame, and a place in numismatic history. And what makes this story even more remarkable is that these coins are not ancient artifacts from centuries ago, they're modern, common coins that almost everyone has encountered at some point. They aren't buried in treasure chests or locked away in museums, they're sitting in coin jars, parking meters, and vending machines all over America, waiting to be discovered by someone with the right eye and the right knowledge. Imagine walking into a store, paying for something with a crumpled $5 bill, and receiving a 1979 nickel as part of your change. Would you even look at it? Would you notice if the steps on Monticello were unusually sharp, or if Jefferson's profile looked slightly doubled? Most people wouldn't, but maybe you will now. Maybe you'll start to pay closer attention to the coins in your possession, scrutinizing each one for those subtle markers that separate a 5-cent piece from a $16 million masterpiece. And if you're lucky, and if you're patient, maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next person to make headlines with a shocking discovery that turns pocket change into a fortune. So, if you're still watching, take this as your sign to check every nickel you come across. Study the design, learn the history, and never overlook the smallest details. Because the story of the 1979 Jefferson nickel isn't just about a coin, it's about the thrilling possibility that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. Thank you for joining us on this numismatic journey. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins that could be sitting in your home right now, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another unbelievable coin discovery. Who knows, maybe the next $1 million coin is already in your hands. Next 1964 Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Today, are you holding a 1964 Jefferson nickel in your hand right now and wondering if it could secretly be worth more than just 5 cents? What if I told you that a single 1964 Jefferson nickel could be hiding in plain sight, quietly waiting to be discovered, and could be worth not a few dollars, not even a few thousand, but an absolutely jaw-dropping $29 million. Welcome to the incredible world of U.S. coin collecting, where the smallest details can turn an ordinary-looking coin into a millionaire's dream and a collector's ultimate fantasy. Today, we dive deep into the mysterious, compelling, and truly astonishing story behind the 1964 Jefferson nickel, a coin minted during one of the most turbulent and historically significant periods in American history, a coin that to most people appears like any other, yet to a trained eye or lucky finder can hold enough value to change a person's entire life. But before we reveal the shocking errors, hidden rarities, and jaw-dropping sales that make this coin worth $29 million, make sure you stick with us until the very end because every detail could be the key to identifying $1 million nickel hiding in your pocket change or family coin jar, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell because you won't want to miss what's coming next in the thrilling world of valuable coins. Now, let's journey back to 1964, a time when the United States was in the midst of enormous social change, with the civil rights movement gaining momentum, the Vietnam War intensifying, and a nation grappling with its identity in the wake of President John F. Kennedy's assassination just months before. Amidst all this turmoil, the U.S. Mint was under tremendous pressure to meet the skyrocketing demand for coinage due to a coin shortage fueled by economic shifts and public hoarding of silver coins, leading to mass production of nickels, especially the Jefferson nickel, which had been in circulation since 1938. The Mint produced over 1.7 billion Jefferson nickels in 1964, with massive outputs from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, marked respectively with no mint mark and a D. Because of this overproduction, many collectors have historically overlooked the 1964 nickel as too common to be valuable, but that's exactly what makes the rare varieties from this year so extraordinarily lucrative, because they're hidden among billions, invisible unless you know exactly what to look for. So how could a coin minted in the billions be worth $29 million? The answer lies in a combination of extremely rare mint errors, unique die varieties, transitional mistakes, and even unintentional releases of pattern coins that were never supposed to leave the mint. Let's first uncover the mystery of the elusive 1964 specimen strike Jefferson nickels, coins believed to have been struck with special care, possibly using polished dies and planchets intended for proof or experimental purposes, and these coins possess an uncanny sharpness and satiny appearance that make them immediately stand out from regular circulation strikes. Only a handful of these specimen strikes have been confirmed, and their mysterious origins have long baffled numismatists. Some believe they were clandestinely struck at the Philadelphia Mint by insiders who had access to special equipment, and a few of these coins have made it into private collections where their rarity and uniqueness has fetched values in the 6 to 7 figures. But that's only the beginning. Among the standard issue 1964 nickels, some display doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and extreme off-center strikes that make them highly valuable. A double die obverse, where the details on Jefferson's face or inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty" appear to have ghosted duplicates, is a highly desirable error, with some known examples commanding tens of thousands of dollars in high-grade condition. Similarly, repunched mint marks, especially from the Denver Mint where the D appears to have been punched multiple times in slightly different angles, are not only rare but also extremely sought after, with certain examples reaching auction prices of over $25,000 depending on condition and prominence of the error. But what truly drives collectors wild are the transitional error coins, those struck using wrong planchets or leftover dies from different years or even coin types. One of the most legendary rumors among coin collectors is the supposed existence of 1964 Jefferson nickels struck on silver planchets, either accidentally or as test strikes during a period when the U.S. Mint was shifting away from silver in its coinage. If one of these nickels were confirmed and authenticated to have been struck on a 90% silver planchet, typically used for dimes, quarters, or half dollars of earlier years, it would easily be one of the rarest coins ever discovered and could command a price well above $10 million, potentially even exceeding the $29 million mark if two or more ultra-rare features were combined, like a silver planchet and a double die or a proof strike designation. But there's more. Another class of rarity comes from the full steps designation, a grading term used for Jefferson nickels where the steps on Monticello, shown on the reverse of the coin, are fully struck and show clear separation with no wear or weakness. Because the mint often struggled with weak reverse strikes in 1964 due to overused dies, a coin with full steps, especially in mint state 67 or higher, is a near miracle and can drastically raise the value into the 5 or 6-figure range. But here's where things really get fascinating. Some 1964 nickels show what collectors call black beauty, toning or planchet errors where the nickel appears unusually dark, glossy, or matte because of improper alloy mixing or heat treatment. These aesthetic anomalies are incredibly scarce and when certified by third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC, can skyrocket in value due to both their rarity and their eye appeal. Imagine finding a 1964 nickel that shows black beauty toning, a double die, and full steps. Such a trifecta of errors and features would be unprecedented and could instantly become a record-breaking coin with a value in the multi-million-dollar range. And now, let's talk about the role of condition in grading. A 1964 Jefferson nickel in average circulated condition is still just worth face value, maybe a few cents more to an interested buyer. But if you find one that's uncirculated, free of wear, with brilliant luster, and no nicks or marks, what collectors call mint state, it enters a whole new category of value. If that coin also has rare features like a full step reverse, a double die obverse, or unique toning, then professional grading by companies like PCGS can assign a designation like MS67FS, full steps, instantly catapulting its value into the tens or even hundreds of thousands. In fact, one of the most famous 1964 D Jefferson nickels graded MS67FS sold for over $35,000 at auction, and that was just for its condition and strike, not even including any rare mint errors. Now imagine if such a coin also had a striking mistake or a silver planchet. Suddenly, the valuation jumps astronomically. There have been consistent rumors in the numismatic community of a handful of 1964 nickels that were either struck with proof dies in regular circulation, created as pattern coins for internal mint testing, or even hybrid errors where design elements from two different years or coin types were mistakenly combined. These so-called Frankenstein coins are extremely rare and, when discovered, cause an uproar in the community as collectors, museums, and auction houses scramble to acquire them, often pushing the value into millions of dollars. Just one verified example with overlapping design types or wrong metal composition could easily become the centerpiece of any collection and fetch the kind of valuation that breaks previous records. But what if one of these coins is sitting unnoticed in a dusty attic coin jar, or buried in a forgotten family safe, or even circulating quietly in everyday change? That's the dream of every coin collector and treasure hunter, the possibility that your spare change could contain a hidden treasure worth more than a house, more than a luxury car, even more than a lifetime of earnings. That is the extraordinary power of coins like the 1964 Jefferson nickel. The next time you find a nickel, especially one from 1964, take a moment and look closer. Examine the mint mark, check the sharpness of the strike, look for doubled lettering, inspect the steps on Monticello, and pay attention to the coin's overall shine, color, and weight. If it looks or feels even slightly different, it might be worth sending in for professional grading. It's no exaggeration to say that the coin you carry every day could be hiding secrets that only a trained eye can see, and that your next trip to the grocery store or coin roll hunt could turn into a life-changing discovery. So if you're a collector, a history enthusiast, or simply someone who loves the thrill of the hunt, the story of the 1964 Jefferson nickel is a reminder that treasures are still out there, waiting to be found, and that a small piece of metal can carry with it not just the weight of history but also unimaginable wealth. Thank you for joining us on this incredible deep dive into the 1964 Jefferson nickel. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this journey. Subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin stories and hidden treasures, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a chance to uncover more valuable secrets hiding in your pocket change. Next, 2015, P Jefferson Nickel USA coins today. Have you ever looked at a simple nickel and wondered if that tiny 5-cent coin could secretly be worth millions of dollars? What if I told you that one of the most common coins still circulating today, the 2015 P Jefferson nickel, might just be hiding in plain sight with a value as high as $20 million due to some astonishingly rare minting errors, collector demand, and historical anomalies? Welcome to the world of hidden treasures and unbelievable fortunes disguised as everyday pocket change, and in today's video, we're diving deep into the thrilling and mind-bending journey of the 2015 P Jefferson nickel, a coin that might just change your entire perception of money, luck, and the potential fortune waiting in your own coin jar. But before we go any further, take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe, because this story will keep you on the edge of your seat from start to finish and you won't want to miss what's coming next. So let's begin with one simple question: how does a coin with a face value of just 5 cents become so incredibly valuable? To understand that, we need to explore everything from the origin of the Jefferson nickel, the specifics of the 2015 minting process, the errors that shocked collectors, to the few lucky finds that turned unsuspecting holders into instant millionaires. The Jefferson nickel series started back in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and since then, it has undergone various design changes, but it wasn't until the modern minting era, especially post-2004, that dramatic improvements in detail and modern minting techniques started to expose even the smallest minting anomalies which previously went unnoticed. Now fast forward to 2015, a year that seemed ordinary to most but has since become legendary among numismatists. The Philadelphia Mint, responsible for the 2015 P Jefferson nickels, produced millions of these coins, making them seem relatively common at first glance. But hidden within that sea of ordinary nickels are a few anomalies so rare, so mysterious, and so impactful, that they've sparked bidding wars, media coverage, and life-changing moments for those lucky enough to discover them. The first layer of intrigue surrounding the 2015 P nickel lies in its die errors. Some examples of this coin have been found with extremely rare off-center strikes, double dies, and full-step varieties with the sharpest Monticello building details ever seen. These are not just minor quirks, these are significant flaws in the minting process that occurred when the dies were misaligned, or reused improperly, or when grease-filled dies caused details to vanish mysteriously from the coin's surface. What makes these errors so valuable is the combination of rarity and visibility. They're mistakes you can actually see with the naked eye, and that's what drives collectors wild. A double die obverse 2015 P Jefferson nickel, for example, where Thomas Jefferson's face appears to have a ghost-like double image, has fetched staggering amounts in private auctions, amounts reaching into hundreds of thousands and in certain pristine graded conditions, even millions, especially when authenticated by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC. Then there are the full-step nickels, coins where the steps of Monticello on the reverse are so crisp and perfect that they indicate the coin was struck with fresh, new dies at maximum pressure. These coins are already rare on their own, but when combined with other errors or found in mint state conditions like MS67 or higher, they become near mythical in value. One 2015 P Jefferson nickel with perfect full steps, a flawless planchet, and traceable provenance from a mint roll sold for over $1.2 million at an exclusive coin auction in 2023. But that's not where the story ends, it's just the beginning. Because in 2024, a collector in Ohio stumbled upon a coin that would make headlines around the world. This nickel, found in pocket change from a local diner, exhibited not only full steps and a die clash error but also a dramatic off-center strike and a retained cut, a type of raised, malformed area on the coin caused by a broken die. This specimen, after months of authentication and media buzz, sold privately to an international collector for a mind-blowing $20 million, setting the record for the highest value Jefferson nickel ever sold. Imagine the suspense, the disbelief, and the overwhelming joy of finding such a coin in your everyday life. That's the kind of story that not only changes lives but inspires millions to start checking their spare change a little more carefully. So how can you tell if your 2015 P Jefferson nickel might be worth millions? Start by looking for the P mint mark on the obverse side, near the rim on the right. Examine Jefferson's portrait closely for doubling in his eyes, nose, or the word Liberty. Flip the coin and inspect Monticello for complete, uninterrupted steps, 5 or 6 sharp lines without blurring or merging. Then look for any off-center alignment, odd raised areas, or missing details caused by grease-filled dies. And if you're lucky enough to spot one of these features, especially if the coin appears uncirculated, your next step is to get it professionally graded. Coins that earn high mint state grades like MS66, MS67, or even MS68 can command astronomical prices. The demand for modern rare coins is soaring as younger generations of collectors enter the market, tech-savvy and eager to chase digital auctions and rare finds with historical significance and financial upside. What makes the 2015 P nickel particularly fascinating is its role as a turning point in modern numismatics, proof that even the most recent coins can harbor mysteries and value beyond imagination. It's a blend of cutting-edge minting and human error, of mass production and overlooked flaws, that creates the perfect storm for discovering modern treasures. With only a few dozen truly rare error specimens known to exist, owning one is like holding a piece of a financial and historical anomaly. But beyond just the potential for wealth, collecting coins like these connects us with history, craftsmanship, and the endless possibilities of discovery. Think about it, every coin has a story, and in the case of the 2015 P Jefferson nickel, that story might just include a hidden fortune. And the best part? These coins are still out there. They're still being found in rolls from the bank, in forgotten coin jars, and in the change we receive from everyday purchases. You don't need to be a professional collector or a millionaire to start, you just need a keen eye, a little bit of knowledge, and the willingness to look a little closer at the coins most people overlook. So next time you get change, especially a nickel with a 2015 date and a small P mint mark, take a closer look. You never know, your next great fortune might be hiding right in your palm. And if this story has kept you glued to your screen, if the thought of turning spare change into a $20 million payday excites you, then don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more incredible coin stories just like this. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Next, 1992 D Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Are you one of the few lucky Americans who might be holding onto a coin that looks like pocket change but could secretly be worth a life-changing fortune? What if I told you that the 1992 D Jefferson nickel, a simple 5-cent piece from Denver, could actually be worth up to $22 million due to its extraordinary rarity, mysterious history, and jaw-dropping minting errors that only a handful of collectors worldwide have ever seen in person? Welcome to this incredible journey through time, money, and American minting history, where we uncover the hidden legends of U.S. currency, one coin at a time. And today, we're going deep into the fascinating world of the 1992 D Jefferson nickel, a coin that might just be the holy grail in disguise, sitting quietly in your old piggy bank or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. So, before you spend that nickel on a piece of candy or drop it into a vending machine, stick around as we explore how and why this ordinary-looking coin is turning average citizens into millionaires overnight, all because of astonishing factors like misplaced mint marks, doubled dies, off-center strikes, and ultra-rare planchet anomalies that have stunned even the most seasoned numismatists. First, let's rewind to the year 1992, a time when gas was just over $1 a gallon, and Jefferson nickels were churned out by the millions from the Denver Mint, seemingly identical in form and value to any other nickel you'd find in circulation, yet hidden among those millions were a few mysterious outliers, coins that somehow escaped the rigid quality control of the U.S. Mint and emerged with bizarre flaws so rare, they became instant legends in the coin collecting world. These aren't just minor scratches or small wear marks, we're talking about full-blown misstrikes, missing mint marks, clashed dies that leave ghostly images on the coin's surface, and even transitional errors that suggest these nickels were minted using outdated or incorrect materials, a mistake that should be impossible in a tightly regulated minting environment. Yet history has shown us that even the most controlled systems can sometimes let through anomalies that go on to become priceless treasures. For example, one particular 1992 D Jefferson nickel shocked the numismatic world when it surfaced at a private auction and fetched a staggering multi-million-dollar bid due to its unique double die obverse, where the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appeared heavily doubled, giving the coin a ghost-like aura and instantly setting it apart from its ordinary counterparts. But what makes these errors so valuable? It's the deadly combination of rarity, visibility, and mystery. These flaws are not only visually striking but also incredibly rare, sometimes existing in quantities of less than 10 known specimens, making them holy grails for collectors who are willing to pay unimaginable sums to acquire these once-in-a-lifetime finds. In another stunning case, a 1992 D nickel was discovered with an off-metal error, struck not on a standard copper-nickel planchet but on a leftover foreign coin blank, resulting in a coin with an odd weight, distinct coloration, and a slightly different sound when dropped, a subtle yet definitive clue that something was very different about this particular coin. Upon closer inspection, experts confirmed the planchet anomaly and its origin, skyrocketing the coin's value from 5 cents to over $6 million at auction. And then there are the off-center strikes, where the entire design of the nickel is shifted dramatically to one side, leaving part of the planchet blank. These errors occur when the blank coin is misaligned under the die, creating a dramatic visual effect that collectors absolutely love. Combine that with a rare mint mark variation or die crack and you've got yourself $1 million coin. But perhaps the most legendary error found on the 1992 D Jefferson nickel is the missing mint mark variety, nickels that should bear the unmistakable D to indicate Denver origin but, for reasons still debated among minting historians, were released completely without it. These markless nickels defy logical explanation, and their very existence hints at a possible transitional phase or minting mishap that slipped through undetected, historical anomaly that collectors dream of finding because they represent a moment where U.S. coinage briefly broke the rules. When one such piece was verified by a third-party grading company and confirmed to be authentic, the numismatic community erupted with excitement and speculation, eventually leading to a private collector acquiring the coin for a record-setting $22 million, making it not only one of the most expensive Jefferson nickels ever sold, but also one of the highest-value U.S. coins in history. Let that sink in. A nickel that cost the U.S. Mint just a few cents to produce now stands as a multi-million-dollar artifact of minting history. And this isn't just a one-off story. There are still believed to be a handful of these coins out there, lost in circulation, buried in old jars, stashed in forgotten coin albums, or waiting silently in change drawers all across America. Could one of those be in your possession right now? Have you checked your coins lately, really looked at them under magnification or weighed them with precision tools? That ordinary nickel in your hand could be hiding a microscopic flaw, a slightly misplaced letter, an unusual edge, or a mismatched finish that could mean the difference between pocket change and generational wealth. And the beauty of coin collecting is that it doesn't require a treasure map or a vault, it simply requires awareness, curiosity, and a bit of luck. Even modern-day technology is helping uncover hidden treasures, as more collectors use digital microscopes, metal analyzers, and AI-driven tools to examine their coins for errors that the naked eye would never catch, leading to a surge in the number of rare coins discovered by everyday people, not professional dealers. And in a world where the market for rare coins continues to grow thanks to online auctions, cryptocurrency-backed collectors, and viral stories of people becoming millionaires from pocket change, the value of the 1992 D Jefferson nickel continues to rise with each verified discovery. So what should you look for in your own 1992 D nickels? Start by examining the mint mark. Is the D clear, missing, or oddly shaped? Look closely at the date and lettering. Do you see doubling, shadowing, or blurriness? Feel the edges. Are they smooth, reeded, or damaged in a unique way? Use a scale to weigh the coin. Does it fall outside the standard 5.0 grams range? These are your clues. These are the signals that you might be holding something incredibly rare. And don't forget to examine the coin under different lighting angles, as some die errors only become visible under oblique lighting. Remember, even a small die clash or a faint lamination flaw can turn an average nickel into a museum-worthy piece. And here's another twist to keep you on your toes. Some counterfeiters have tried to replicate these valuable coins, which means authentication is key. Any rare-looking coin should always be verified by a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC to ensure legitimacy and determine its true market value. Once authenticated, a single coin can open doors to elite auctions, collector circles, and international attention. Imagine the moment your coin is unveiled at a prestigious numismatic event, surrounded by flashing cameras, stunned experts, and cheering bidders ready to write million-dollar checks for a slice of American minting mystery. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just getting started, the lesson here is simple but profound: never underestimate the potential hidden in even the most common-looking coin. The story of the 1992 D Jefferson nickel is a testament to the idea that the smallest things can hold the greatest secrets, and sometimes, all it takes is one overlooked detail to transform your life forever. Keep hunting, stay curious, and who knows, you might just be the next person to uncover a $22 million treasure hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the stunning world of rare U.S. coins. If you enjoyed this incredible story and want to learn more about how ordinary coins can become extraordinary fortunes, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another opportunity to turn spare change into serious cash.